Hello, friends. It's Monday night. It's our 10-year-long Simpsons bracket, the Portal Royale. Got 508 episodes of The Simpsons. We have to put them head to head. Tonight is week, I don't even know, week 5. Gotta be. It's still January. January doesn't have 6 weeks in it, right? It can't have 6 Mondays.
No,
Gotta be the fifth
I
week.
don't think it's possible for a month to have 6 weeks.
Yet, but we'll see what happens. When
Yeah,
Trump
this is the fifth week or fifth Monday in January.
and it makes it for week 5 of our bracket. Tonight we're talking with Chad, as always. Talking with Chad, and we are looking at week 6. Matchup number 6 on the bracket, because of course the first matchup was Lisa's substitute getting a bye, so that's why we're on matchup.
Okay.
Anyone who's following along on their brackets will know that it says number 6, but really it's week 5 for you and me.
Did you make like a bracket that people can follow along?
I do, yeah. If you're watching on Twitch, you go right under the about. Just click on where it says Simpsons, the little koala man with the Simpsons next to it, and that'll take it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think, did I set up the command exclamation Simpsons? I don't think or exclamation bracket. I meant to do that. I don't think I did. I need to write that down. But yeah, it's there. Anybody can just look at it and see where we're going. Tonight, where we're going is seeded number 192 versus 321. 192 is Lard of the Dance, and 321 is Midnight RX, Midnight Prescription, which I think is a play on Midnight Run, because they're doing smuggling runs, but I don't think it works when you read it out loud. I think it works fine on paper because it's a capital R word, so you go, okay, I get that. But
yeah,
it's
a good written pun. It's a bad oral, like not oral, although
right.
kind of oral, but
yeah,
I mean like oral. Oral. I don't even know how to pronounce that word.
Those two words kind of mean the opposite thing, but are pronounced the same.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
Is it pronounced the same? Like
oral
and oral?
I always do pronounce them the same, but I think if I'm ever going to say the word oral with the A, you have to specify what you mean. Whereas if you're going to say oral with an O, you don't have, everyone just assumes that's what you're talking about.
Maybe like we need a different word for that.
We do.
Like auditorial or something.
Yeah. Auditory, some such thing. Anyways, yeah, the pun, it doesn't work that way, but it does work in writing. So I think I made the graphic backwards for this one.
Well, I definitely watched Midnight RX first.
I did too. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about Lard of the Dance first?
Yeah. Why not? Which one do you want to talk about? You have more to talk about.
I literally have one line of notes that I took today. It is 9 words long.
Birds and the Beast. Need to fix that.
The only note that I took between the 2 episodes was I wrote, "Baby got back. I want a new drug. White rabbit," which is
a lot of needle drops in the episode.
Which is what was going on in Midnight RX. If we're talking about Lard of the Dance, I had no notes to speak of.
The perfect episode, no notes.
Oh, I would not say that's the reason why I didn't put notes on.
Completely unremarkable episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. We're hitting there. This one I specifically remember watching it when it came out. I was watching it live in whatever year that was. I need to look that. And enjoying it a lot. But all I could remember from it was the Homer and Bart steal grease episode. I didn't even remember there was any sort of B story or actually the A story with Lisa, which actually I kind of liked. I liked it, but it was not great. Pretty good. I have a lot of nostalgia for the episode. I always think about this episode whenever I see Grease.
Like the musical? or when
Um,
you see grease, the food byproduct?
yeah, the food byproduct. Whenever I'm pouring it into a jar or something.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I
No,
was waiting the whole episode for like a John Travolta or joke or something.
you'd think that somebody would have said something. But yeah.
Yeah, but it was. I do not remember watching this live.
Mm.
Happened, uh, and going back and watching it now, it's like Lisa Kudrow was a underwhelming guest star to me,
Right.
and the uh, the plot of Homer and Bart selling grease, it's like, oh, all right, that's kind of interesting, I guess.
It hit me right at the right time because August 23rd, 1998. That was when I was about to start eighth grade, or maybe I was just starting. I don't know when school started back then, but it's right around. It was back to school. It's the back to school episode, so I was getting ready to go back to school, if not already starting eighth grade. So this was definitely prime Simpsons time for me. So I was very influenced by whatever was going on in Simpsons season 10. Although watching it, yeah, it's not. This is definitely where we're hitting all of those things that people start to talk about with the jumping the shark of the Simpsons, right around season 10.
I think this was right before my junior year of high school,
Ah,
so I was probably not watching this because I was stoned and I forgot what time it was.
yeah. I don't think I've ever watched The Simpsons. No, I was only stoned a couple of times. So
I was
maybe I'll
stoned a
start.
lot, and I
Yeah,
don't remember ever watching The Simpsons while I was stoned.
right.
Mostly, I remember watching Monty Python, honestly. Just
Seems
Monty
like a good one.
Python over and over again.
Nice.
The when I quit smoking weed back in like when was it? I want to say like 2006 or 7.
Right.
No, 2008, I think it was.
Okay.
Uh, when I quit smoking weed in 2008, uh, around about 2014, I realized that not only had I not seen Monty Python in like 6 years,
Right.
I also had not eaten Doritos in 6 years.
Wow, that's great. I can't imagine going 6 years without eating a Dorito.
Yeah, like it was just one of those things. Because like after I stopped smoking weed, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in shape and I'm gonna stop eating chips.
Ah.
And uh, one of those things happened.
But I mean, kicking chips is hard. I mean, it's got you have to almost immediately lose some amount of weight if you stop eating chips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I definitely did. Uh, I could not completely cut carbs out of my life
Oh
because
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Your
if I if
brain
I can
needs them.
if I can cut like one type of one type,
Right.
then that should be good, right?
Yeah.
Like so, I was like, I looked at it, and the first thing I did was no French fries, and
Nice.
the second
Wow.
The second thing I did was no potato chips, and
Right.
no potato chips was much easier to stick to,
Huh.
even though I think
Mm,
that Doritos are tortilla chips.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can just cut all of the chips, everything in that aisle of the
Hmm.
bagged crunchy snacks, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how French fries is harder to cut out if you still are going to eat fast food once in a while because you don't have any other
Hmm.
option.
Yeah, and I eat fast food far more than every once in a while.
Yeah. It's tough not to. We've gone from doing it like once a week to like 3 times a week over the last couple of years. I'm like, I need to do something about this, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I think either it's all about the meal prep or
Yeah.
just you know like deliberately choosing like okay, we're only going to eat fast food like once.
Yeah. Make it a
It's like
treat.
this is the Friday night treat or something.
Right. So
Fast
just
food
forget it.
Fridays.
Yeah.
French Fridays. French Fridays.
French Fridays.
Mhm.
That up on the guy. But
I
yeah.
actually had a party once with a bunch of friends where the theme was this person owns a deep fryer and
Oh
we're going to
wow.
fry things.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, fryer party. Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
can never own a fryer because I will fry everything.
mhm. Yeah, we did it on a Friday.
Yeah, it has to be. Whatever day it was, it became a Friday.
Mhm. It would have been really weird to have done a deep fry party
Right.
on Wednesday. I feel like.
Yeah, that's hump day, which is
Hmm.
it's hard to do that. Although camel hump maybe mostly made of fat, I think. So it's a
So
good
it would
frying
have a
thing.
lot of grease
Yeah,
for Homer and Bart.
yeah. So yeah, this episode. Let's start with that. Starts with them back to school shopping.
Hmm.
We get the get someone good Millhouse trying to impress Lisa stuff, like gluing his hair back, taking his glasses off, and immediately falling down. And it's the watching Millhouse try to attract Lisa to him is very reminiscent of what how I thought how I've tried to attract girls in my life. I'm going to change my appearance in a way that is uncomfortable.
Hmm.
And she's there. She says, "Oh, he goes, oh, he's gonna suck. We have to go back to school." She's like, "I like school." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I like school too. We have so much in common." No, we don't. Yeah, unimpressed.
I think that the Millhouse has a crush on Lisa thing is
Right.
one of those things where it's like it's funny, but it is not so amusing to me that you can use it as a running gag, much less something that you can create an episode out of.
Ah, yeah.
So like the first time it happens, it's like, all right, huh, that's cute. Uh, please stop going back to this well. I'm sure that we are going to find over the course of the next
Oh
10
yeah.
years many other wells that Chad does not like drinking from.
Yeah, Chad's not a big well drinker.
Yeah.
Like keep it fresh, new
I I like
pairing
that
with it.
top shelf,
Yeah.
not the well.
Right, you're a great goose, man.
Mhm.
Um,
I was actually
yeah.
the first guy out of a group of my friends to start drinking higher end liquor.
Yeah, to name the brand of liquor that you were drinking when you go to the bar.
Yeah,
Not just
or actually just like going to like the liquor store or the
ah,
supermarket and buying higher end liquor and not just the cheapest, plasticiest, most
yeah.
horrible tasting thing.
Save $3 and it's gonna taste the horrible.
Hmm.
But
It's like,
yeah.
please stop buying Popov. Like, I swear to God, it doesn't matter what I mix this with, it still tastes horrible.
Yeah, and you're not saving that much money.
Hmm. But my friends were broker than me back then, so
Ah, oh, my wife.
eventually they got jobs that paid well enough that they didn't need to drink garbage anymore.
Yeah, that's just part of growing up.
Hmm.
But my wife had a classmate because she's back in school who just turned 21, so she got the guy a bottle of tequila. Bite she got. I mean, I bought yesterday when I was grocery shopping. She had me pick up a bottle of tequila for the guy, and it was like there's like the regular Jose Cuervo, and then like the Jose Cuervo Especial was an extra $2. I was like, all right, I'll make it a special gift for the guy. Spend the extra $2 in this bottle of tequila.
If he just turned 21, he probably thinks that Jose Cuervo Especial is actually special.
Yeah, it's right there in the name.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it came in a glass bottle and everything.
Does regular Jose Cuervo not come in a glass
I
bottle?
think it does. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you can get it in a plastic bottle, but I think that it normally also comes in glass
Yeah.
too.
I think they also make like the margarita mix in the plastic like jug. I think I'm picturing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tequila, yeah, I can't drink. Tequila is one of those ones where like you taste it and you immediately think of all the times you drank way too much tequila.
It all depends on what kind of tequila you're drinking too.
Mm.
Because there are tequilas that are made for actually sipping, and you can just drink it as a normal drink.
Right.
Uh, most of the tequilas that people get familiar with between the ages of 18 and
25?
21
Yeah.
uh, are the tequilas that you need to shoot because otherwise you taste it, and that
Yeah.
is the opposite of what you want to happen with tequila.
Yeah. It's mostly just like body shot tequila, right? Just drinking it out of your buddy's belly button for practice for when you get to do it at on spring break or something.
Hmm. Yeah, no, the uh, drink grown up tequila. Don't
Yeah.
stop drinking Jose Cuervo, and stop thinking that Patron is top shelf.
Is
It
it
is
not?
not. No, it's
Oh.
not. Patron is mid shelf with aspirations.
Oh. It's just the bottle's so fancy.
Yeah,
It
like
gets you.
the thing is, it's like when you go to like a dive bar or a strip club, they're gonna pretend like Patron is the good stuff. It is not.
All right. There's like a good advertising. The Rock
Mhm.
makes a tequila, right? You ever tried that? Or is that a rumor?
Uh, it's a tequila. I
Okay.
have never tried it because
Me neither.
he came out with it after I stopped drinking.
Right. Yeah. It's a pretty recent thing.
Mhm. There's a lot of celebrities that have their own tequilas now.
Wow.
Apparently, exploiting agave is like the big new thing in Hollywood.
Sure. It gives you it lets you pretend to be ethnic.
Hmm. I mean, The Rock is pretty ethnic.
Right. Yeah. But I don't think Mexican is one of his ethnicities.
I don't think so either.
But he's brown enough that he gets away with it. He gets away. He can do whatever he wants. He's the Rock.
Yeah,
Kind of brown
I
people.
mean,
Oh, boo. What's up? Sorry.
who are you gonna who's gonna say no to that guy?
Yeah.
Look at
You
him.
can't. Yeah. Poo. He sells the grease out of the hot dog cooker, and then Homer doesn't like the way that hot dogs taste anymore. All you can taste is the pig anus
Hmm.
without all the grease. But that's where we find out that his arteries are clogged with yellow gold. Which that was very funny.
Yeah, that is a good phrase.
Yeah, because gold is yellow, but also
Hmm.
yellow gold. We know what he's talking about. Arteries. Like he goes, oh, you have to get out this grease. So the best way to get grease is fry up a bunch of bacon and just feed the bacon to the dog because all you want is that precious grease.
Hmm.
He cooks $27 worth of bacon to make 63 cents worth of grease. Funny.
He feeds all the bacon to the dog, and the dog is obviously very sick.
Yes, it's a chonky
Eh,
boy.
And he mentions it's like, all right, two more pieces, and then it's time to squeeze him. And uh, I've never been a dog owner.
I
What were they squeezing him for?
guess to make him puke. That's got to be what it is, right? They weren't squeezing grease at him, although maybe I guess they could have. Because you can't squeeze him to make him poop faster, right?
I don't think so.
You squeeze him, whatever poops in there is going to come out, and then there's no more poop. It's not going to digest faster if you squeeze them. So yeah,
Hmm.
you have to vomit, which dogs like to vomit. Right? They like to eat grass and then puke whenever they're not feeling good.
Hmm.
So maybe that's what it is. So if you want to make your dog puke, feed them grass as opposed to just squeezing them.
Yeah, don't squeeze your dogs unless you're squeezing them with love.
Yeah, yeah, like hugging and cuddling your dogs. Go for it. But don't squeeze them to get the all that excess bacon out.
Hmm. I don't actually know whether or not dogs like being hugged. I just assumed they do. The last dog I hugged bit my nose,
Oh no.
but that was a cantankerous dog to begin with.
Ah, yeah. It's got to be the right dog.
Yeah,
So, uh, yeah.
you don't want to hug a dog whose behavior constantly screams "fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, I think hugging isn't high on a dog's list. Like cats, I think like to snuggle more than dogs do. I think dogs like to be pet and scratched and played with more than
The
squeezed.
issue with cats is that the they do like being snuggled,
Yeah.
but only when they want to.
Oh yeah. Which I
Like
mean, I don't blame them for that.
cats are great at teaching you the meaning of consent.
Right. Yeah.
Because the thing is, a cat's going to tell you when it wants attention. A cat's going to tell you when it wants to be touched. A
Yeah.
cat's going to tell you when it wants all of that love and affection. And if you try and give it give and do any of those things to a cat. When it doesn't want it, you will pay.
Yeah. He'll make it very clear very quickly that no thank you.
Hmm.
And he means it. So yeah, I think we should have a cat when they're a kid, just to learn boundaries and things.
Hmm.
It's a good idea. Because yeah, dog, you can just grab them whenever you feel like it. You can grab a dog right by its genitals.
Yeah, like you,
They're fine.
I've seen videos of little kids like walking up to like large like dogs that could absolutely maul them, and then
Yeah.
just like start hitting them in the head. And it's like, why is this happening? Why is no one stopping this?
Yeah.
That poor fucking dog. Murder that child. You deserve it.
Yeah. We've bred dogs to be so obedient. You can hit them in the head and it's fine. Most of the time. Eventually they'll get pissed off about it, bite you
Yeah,
on the nose.
eventually it will kill the child.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then everyone's going to be like, oh, that dog is a murderer. And
Is
it's
that
like,
why that?
that child was asking for it.
Yeah. Is that why that dog bit your nose? Because you were banging it in the head with a toy hammer?
No, I
Okay.
just hugged it because it went into my lap. And I was just like,
Oh.
oh,
Yeah.
this is the first time you've shown me any level of affection. I guess you like me now. And the dog
Went
was
straight
like,
for the
no,
hug.
I don't.
Just marking territory. You're mine now, but that doesn't give you
Mhm.
the right to hug me.
Yeah.
Those are good times. Yeah. So yeah, Homer and Bart, they're at the grease place, and they see that the real money is in getting like the tankers full of grease, like the
Like the
Acme.
Acne Grease Company.
I thought that was very funny.
Hmm.
You don't see enough
That is
Acme
a
stuff.
good joke.
Yeah, and then
And
later,
the Acne guys, they run the grease racket in the town,
yeah,
uh, which Bart and Homer find out when they try and get grease from Krusty Burger.
yeah,
And all of the grease is immediately stolen by the Acne guys.
yeah, and also their shovel, because they run the shovel racket
Hmm.
as well. And yeah, the back of their truck says the Acme what's that, Grease and Shovel Company. But I like that this episode they get when they go into the Krusty Burger and Homer's gets all horny for watching seeing those greasy faced teens, and it's all the squeaky voice teen. It's like 10 different versions of him, not
Hmm.
even that different, all working there. And that was very funny. I wonder if you can sell teenagers face grease to the grease people.
I feel like you can't actually sell grease.
Oh no, it's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, they render it for stuff. I think maybe pet food, not for baby food like they said in the thing, but yeah.
No, but I mean, like at an individual level.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think you have to be like I don't think you can just go sell a can full of grease like they
Yeah,
do.
I feel like it's like the restaurants and stuff
Yeah, they do that.
that are selling it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those people all start. The grease companies start somewhere. Sometimes it's
Hmm.
just taking your son out of school
Just
and
a man
doing it.
with a coffee can full of
Yeah,
grease and a dream.
and hoses.
Hmm.
Yeah. So in the Lisa story, there's a new girl. She's got to show the new girl around, and then the new girl instantly becomes more cool and popular than Lisa. I feel like that's happened to
Which
me
really
every
isn't
time.
that hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
Because that
have you had to show a lot of new kids around?
um every once in a while when there's like a new person in whatever kind of group, yeah, at school or yeah, because I was an army brat, so it moves around to different schools. I went to a different school every year for like 7 years,
Yeah,
but
so weren't you the new kid most of the
yeah, I
time?
was the new kid most of the time. But then also so then if I was there for a little while and then somebody new came in, I'm like, oh yeah, they're new, so I have a higher status than this person, so then I can you know show them around and I show them how to be cool like me, and then they're instantly more likable than everyone around me. So yeah, I felt for Lisa in this episode. Like, oh yeah, I've seen that happen to me a bunch of times.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I didn't care for this episode. I don't relate.
Oh, okay. It's true. People
As,
like me.
as an incredibly cool and likable person, like I've never been in that kind of position before.
Right.
That's not true at all.
Because I think part of it also, yeah, with being the new kid a lot is that you kind of project this, or I kind of project the whole thing of being like, oh yeah, I remember when I was new and uncomfortable and didn't feel like I fit in. So this kid is obviously feeling that too. So then I'm past them on the scale of being comfortable and cool around all these people. But yeah, they adapt to it very quickly. They're nice, sociable,
Hmm.
outgoing people.
Yeah, some people are good at socializing, some people aren't, and some people will tell you that that is a learnable skill.
Oh yeah, I
And
think
I, on one hand, I believe them. On the other hand,
right.
it's hard.
Yeah, it's still it's a hard thing to do. But you
Yeah,
can do it.
it is
It's like,
very, very difficult to improve your ability to be sociable.
yeah, I think there's a level of comfort that you have to get with it. I mean, that will always there's always gonna be a level of uncomfortableness with it, discomfort, and then like you just have to like get over or not get over, push it aside when you go to do those socializing things. But it's always easy to just do the easier thing and just not do that.
Yeah,
You have to make yourself every time.
staying
So it
home, easiest thing in the world.
yeah, so easy.
I mean, look at the two of us right now.
We could be doing this in person, but no, it's
Hmm.
just that waste of time.
Yeah, we don't live super far from each other.
We don't.
It's like literally, I want to say like a mile, maybe.
A little less than that, I think. Yeah, 'cause I walked past your apartment building the other day on my way to Waikiki to watch a magic show. Walked past
Now,
your
where
place.
did you watch a magic show in Waikiki? Was it Magic
And
of Polynesia, or was it in the
no,
basement of the one that has Mac 24/7?
yeah, it's on the second floor of where Mac 24/7 is.
Oh, I
Magic of
thought that was
Polynesia
in
is
the
not around
basement.
anymore. No, on the second floor.
Because when I saw signs for that over there, I was just like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that looks like a basement magic show." That doesn't
yeah,
sound like something I want to watch.
because there's a door I think on the side that looks like it goes into the basement. That might be where they teach a free magic class. I think every day of the week at like
Yeah,
4
no,
p.m.
going to a magic class in the basement sounds even worse,
Yeah,
actually.
it's like going to an improv class or something. A free improv class is probably going to be in a place you wouldn't normally go to.
Hmm.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, it was with Mac 24/7 is it was pretty good. It was a good show. It's getting better. Or they're getting more people there. I think we went like 6 months ago with my sister-in-law, and there was like 10 people. And then last night or the other night there was like 30. So we're doing better. But yeah, the tickets are too much. So I'm surprised they're still around. They're making it work.
Yeah, I only know about that place because went to go and eat at what is it, Atmosphere 37 or something
Mm,
in that
I don't know.
same building.
Oh, okay.
Uh, it's like on one of the higher up floors. There
Oh,
they do a banquet buffet kind of deal.
oh, cool.
Yeah, I went to that for Christmas party this year for work.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I went to Mac 24/7 where they famously have giant pancakes. They do a giant pancake challenge where you get these like 2 or 3 pancakes like the size of pizzas, and then you have to eat it in an hour or something to get a T-shirt or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, I went there with some
Yeah, I think
friends.
it's about 2,000 feet as the crow flies. That's what
Oh,
it looks
really?
like
Oh, okay.
on Google Maps.
Right. And it's pretty much just a straight shot down the one street. So yeah,
Hmm.
was that like less than half a mile?
Yeah, just under that.
Yeah. If we had a strong enough laser pointer, I could probably shine a light into your window from my house.
Facing the other side.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking, otherwise we could do a tin can on a string. Would also
Hmm.
work. The big enough
You,
string.
you you could do that to Harold Wong though. He
Oh
lives in
yeah.
my building.
Oh, okay. On the other side.
Yeah,
Cool. Should do that. This is what I need a drone for, right? Just to run the lines. The
I've
string.
always wondered like how far you can send out a drone before it
Oh,
just doesn't have the signal anymore.
right. Yeah.
Because I assume that at a certain distance it no longer gets a signal. But then it's like, what happens then?
Right.
Does it just like stay stationary over there until the batteries
Yeah.
die and then it falls?
I would hope that a good one would be programmed to like if it starts to lose signal to start moving back towards where the signal is stronger.
Mm-hmm.
and like just not leave the area. But I don't know. Never flown a drone.
Neither have I. And the only time I ever think to myself, "Oh, I wish I had a drone,"
Yeah,
is New Year's Eve.
yeah, that would be cool. But then you can just watch everyone else's videos, and that's just as good.
Yeah, that's actually even better because much like not socializing, it involves not leaving your house.
Yeah. Then you have to go to like a New Year's party, and it's like a whole thing. And then you have to like figure out what to do for the rest of the night. You're gonna go home afterwards.
Mm.
I want to be on the road on New Year's Eve at 1:30 in the morning, or whatever.
Yeah, the last time I actually went to like a party on New Year's Eve where it
Yeah,
wasn't just like a bunch of my friends at an apartment, like it was not super fun. And I remember trying to catch a Uber home,
yeah.
and the surcharge was like 5 times normal.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess so. It's probably the busiest time for a Uber driver. Probably the busiest night of the year.
Hmm. I was just like, this is fucking horrendous.
Yeah. But speaking of horrendous, see the girls want to they want to have a dance instead of doing the traditional yearly apple pick. Which I
Hmm.
was thinking, this is the first day of school, right? So is this the first day of second grade? Because Lisa's in second grade, I think, canonically. So is this the first day of second grade, as though everything leading up to this point was not second grade? How does that time loop that they're stuck in work? I don't know. We have to come up with a
Yeah,
theory one day.
I feel like this is also the point at which they sort of were just like, no one's paying attention to that.
Yeah, because they're not saying what year it is, so it's fine.
Hmm. It's just like, I don't. You guys can't keep doing this forever, but turns out they can.
Yeah, really, because they just got renewed for 2 more seasons, so it's going to be
Hmm.
around just a little while longer. Hopefully, until we finish our brackets, we can start the next one.
Hmm.
In year 50
41,
of The Simpsons.
so that means that they're on season 34, I think.
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it'll be season 44. It'll catch up to you. If you stop aging now, then The Simpsons will be older than you by the time we finish. Is that how that works? No, 34.
I wouldn't mind not aging now, but if I knew that was an option, I would have taken it several years ago.
Ah, so to wait for the technology to catch up.
Hmm. Now, speaking of technology,
Hmm.
Homer and Bart have weird contraption with all of the vacuums to pull a
Oh,
ton of
grease.
grease
Yeah.
out, which it turns out actually was groundskeeper Willie's retirement grease.
Yeah.
And another disappointment I had with this episode is that he doesn't grease himself up before going into the air duct to
Yeah. I
follow
mean,
Homer and
it,
Bart.
yeah, it's exactly it's everything we know about topless muscular Willie is that you grease him up. Grease Scotsman.
Hmm.
How do you not do that? Like he was sponge bathing himself with steel wool and Ajax powder. He's got to have very rough skin.
Hmm.
This is such a manly guy. Yeah, he's a groundskeeper. He works with his hands. He's got a very tough skin. Yeah, we have the I think it's a very popular GIF of Homer getting his eyeball stuck in the hose, and then
Hmm.
he yanks it out, and he's got the huge eye. That's where that's from. And the way he comes back when he's getting choked. It's pretty funny.
Oh,
Say.
everyone
Yeah.
gets dates for the dance
Oh yeah,
except for Lisa.
yeah. So she has to. She puts on a little black dress and big old high heels, shoes, and makeup to try to attract a boy. Oh, the ear piercing thing is something that has been stuck in my head for a long time since I've seen this episode. Of she gets earrings from Alex, the new girl, but they're for pierced ears, and she doesn't have pierced ears. None of the other girls did, but Alex pierced the ears for them, and it's easy. All you need is a thumbtack and a whole lot of paper towels. I think that's very funny. That one reminds me of an episode of King of the Hill in which Dale says he can make a bomb out of anything. All you need or he can make a bomb out of simply just a roll of toilet paper and a stick of dynamite. Good stuff.
Do we know all of Lisa's friends, or that become Alex's friends?
Right. Yeah. Well, we got Sherry and Terry, the twins,
Mm-hmm.
and then we've got Janie, who's the one with the brown hair. Let me share the screen here. I got it up. And then I think her name is Allison, who is the other girl with the hair. What's that called? Headband. Who was from? I think she's the girl from Lisa's Enemy. I think it's called. She was the new girl at one point, and turned out that she was smarter than Lisa. That was the one where they go to her house and they meet Allison's dad and goes, oh, we play this game in which we take a celebrity's name and we make an anagram out of their name to describe them. And the example he uses is Alec Guinness, and the anagram of that they come up with is genuine class.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives to Lisa. He gives her Jeremy Irons, and she comes up with Jeremy's Iron. Because that's a really hard game. I don't see how you can do it. But yeah, those are Lisa's friends. I thought it was also a funny bit when, at the beginning, when Principal Skinner he gets on the intercom and says, "Oh, yeah, attention students, I need someone to volunteer for this thankless task." And waits a beat and goes, I assume that Lisa Simpson is the only person raising her hand. Thank you, Lisa. That was funny.
Skinner's characterization is kind of weird in this episode because I don't normally think of him as the kind of character that's trying not to do anything, and it feels like in this episode he's trying to shirk as much work as possible.
Right. Yeah, he's always got some excuse. Or yeah, he doesn't really want to do it. Which is weird because yeah, he's such a square guy. He usually wants to do the thing. So like it made sense when he had to leave the dance early because his mom cornered a June bug for him to finish off. But being like, oh, show this new girl around. I don't have time for it. Or he forgets that he approved a dance because he wasn't paying attention. He thinks Skinner's a details guy. So he would know that stuff. He must be distracted about something going on in his life. But we don't get any clues about that in this episode, do we? Aside from the fact that they don't have any trophies in the trophy case, so that he instructs Lisa to tell Alex that the trophies are out getting cleaned or something. Well, Lisa says they got burned up in the trophy fire. So maybe he's been so burnt up about these trophy things that maybe he's got some kind of trophy scheme we don't know about going on in the background of this episode. That's why he's distracted. That's my guess. Yeah, he leaves Lisa at the dance because she's just doing the tickets at the door because she couldn't find a date. Because even Milhouse found a date. Some tall girl with braces. I don't think we ever see again.
I don't recall having ever seen that character before.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see her again. But maybe we will. I don't think so. She doesn't have an entry on the Simpsons Wikipedia, so I doubt. No, the Simpsons Wiki. But yeah. So yeah, they're at the dance, and then it turns out nobody at the dance wants to dance. All the boys are on one side, all the girls are on another, and nobody's doing anything. Did you ever go to middle school dances?
Yeah. I also
dancing?
remember them to be kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like there would usually be like a a small group of popular girls that
Mm.
were dancing together, and if you dared to approach them, unless you were one of the super cute boys, they
Oh,
would just give you a withering stare.
wow. I don't
And
think I ever got to that part.
uh, during the slow dance portion of the night, various people would just force other people together. They're just like, "Oh, this person likes you, so you have to dance with them."
Yeah. That's an interesting person. That friend. There's always that one girl who's always doing that for people, which is very
Mhm.
nice of her, I think. But I wonder what happened to that girl.
I hope that they are enjoying their own romantic life.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I remember going to one junior high dance, and there was the DJ had like a notebook on the side of his little booth for like, putting requests. So my friends and I just stood there and just wrote a bunch of like ICP songs and stuff in there, which he didn't play any of them, but that was our night. Did not talk to a girl for years after that.
I think that I slow danced with like one girl in all
Oh,
of intermediate school, and I went to like maybe 4 dances.
ah, that's not bad. That's not a bad ratio at all.
Hmm. And it was actually an eighth grader when I was in seventh grade.
Oh,
And I thought she was very pretty, but everyone else was just like, "Oh, you're slow dancing with the girl with the mustache," and it's like, "Look,
no,
my mustache is much thicker than hers, so it's fine."
it's fine. It's weird. No one lets you have anything when you're a kid. They're so evil.
Hmm.
But yeah, Homer and Bart when they're getting chased around. Oh, they meet the not Steamboat Willie. I always want to call him Steamboat Willie. It's not Steamboat Willie. It's Groundskeeper Willie. He's in his bath towel. I guess so while he's sponge bathing himself, and he finds them there in the kitchen. He's like, what are you doing in here?" And then Homer says, "Oh, we're exchange students from Scotland," which I think is funny. And he picked Scotland of all places. And he goes, "Oh, we're from North Kiltown," which is quite the coincidence because that's where Willie's from. And then Willie goes, "Do you know Seamus McLeod?" And then Homer does the thing where he goes, "Wait, there's no Seamus McLeod." He's the one. Homer's the one who recognizes that there's no Angus McLeod. Angus McLeod in North Kiltown. So that was a funny turn.
And accuses Willie of not being from Scotland.
Yeah, which makes you wonder where he's actually from because he doesn't refute that. He just he looks over and immediately sees they're stealing his retirement grease. Hey, Lethal Adder 23. What's up, man? We're just
Hello.
talking Simpsons. Yeah. The
We're talking Simpsons, and uh, David had mentioned how in a completely different episode than the two that we are talking about tonight, that uh, there was a celebrity anagram thing, and now I am trying to figure out if I can find a good anagram in the name Jeremy Irons.
Oh, I can tell you that's the
Because
best one I've ever came up with. But go ahead.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we'll write down Jeremy Irons and put it in the caption. Everybody played the game, and then we'll figure it out later. But yeah, do you have anything good so far?
not really. The first thing that I came up with used the Y twice, so it is wrong.
Oh, yeah, I only did it in my head the other day, so I don't know if it's even right. But I think I came up with jeer my iron. No, I think it was I jeer my Ron. I think Sron. It's still bad. It's a hard one to do. There's no good one. Yeah, I'm interested to see if anybody can come up with a good anagram of Jeremy Irons that describes his personality. But yeah, Groundskeeper Willie, he chokes out Homer with the hose, and his hide pops out again while they're in the air duct. It's pretty cool. Very funny callback. But then the pressure from the hose explodes and shoots them through the air ducts, and then it starts to rain or snow grease all over the children at the dance, which was Very gross to think about. Just a bunch of grease just falling from the sky, and kids catching it in their tongues. Talking about how.
Eventually, it totally floods the room that they were having to dance
Oh
in,
yeah,
and kids start throwing grease like it's snowballs,
yeah.
which
They have
is
a, they have a grease fight.
super gross the more you think about it.
I wouldn't want that on me or my clothes. It ruins your clothes. And it was very funny that Ralph says, "Oh, it tastes like the snow tastes like fish sticks," and someone else calls it a hamburger milkshake, which is a fun word. And then I don't know. Is this? I guess we can still make fun of Italian people, but they talk about someone says, "Hey, it's the grease ball," and then I think it's Luigi, the Italian chef walks in and goes, "Hey, I made you I brought you a free pizza, and you treat me like this. Why you make it a fun?" Yeah, that's a good one for yeah, get some good European stereotypes in this episode with Groundskeeper Willie and with is it Luigi? Yeah, it's good. That's Luigi, right?
I'm
Yeah,
sure that that's the guy's
it's
name.
gotta be. It's gotta be his name. These are things we have to learn if we're going to be talking about Simpsons for the next 10 years.
I plan to learn nothing.
you you can't not learn. It'll soak into your brain like so much school grease. Luigi Risotto. Chef Luigi. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. I don't know what else to talk about from my notes. Oh, when they surprise Willie, he goes, "Eek!" I mean, "Ah!" Very funny. So Homer was sneaking the hose through the vents in his butt, which is a good way to get your intestines pulled out. Have a
Yeah,
prolapsed
don't
anus.
don't ever shove a live vacuum into your butt.
Yeah, nothing that isn't
Always make
designed to go
sure
in your
it's
butt.
dead.
Yeah, but I do have my freaky act for this episode. I do one of my favorite things to see in The Simpsons is whenever Marge does lame mom stuff, and she's got a good one when it's two good things that happen when Lisa's sitting in her room sulking because she couldn't find a date to the dance, so she's not going to the dance. Because Marge, she made her homemade Pepsi, and of course she describes it as it's a little thick, but the price is right. Hold on, no, this one, no, this one, no,
Hmm.
this one. Yeah, it's a little thick, but the price is right. That's just I'm going to put that on a T-shirt. There's that, and then I found a video of the thing that happens right after that. That I think is also very funny. So I'll share that for everybody.
Why, you could be the belle of the ball.
Mom, you can't possibly believe that.
I have to, honey. Or you can stay here and we'll have our own dance. Every Simpson dance now. Bump, 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 bump.
I'll go.
You could be
It's just like anytime that Marge tries to be cool.
Hmm.
What were you saying?
Join my RR. See,
Oh,
that's the best that I got.
two R's, right? RR. We know the RR, RD, RR. That's what they need four R's and a D to do the pirate joke from Bart the Genius.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
good. Join my
that's the best that I got.
Yeah,
Oh,
some kind of Republican thing.
yeah.
RNC. Getting closer.
Or it might be like Roadrunner or something.
Oh, my Roadrunner Club.
In any case, that is the end of that episode,
Yeah.
and we should probably go over Midnight RX.
Yeah. That's the one where they get their Homer and the power plant people, they get their prescription drug coverage taken away by Mr. Burns. So they have to go to Canada to smuggle drugs back just to help people. They're not even trying to make money off of it.
Hmm. The episode opens with the power plant having apparently put on a party at a aviation museum or
Yeah,
something.
the Air and Space Museum, the Springfield Air and Space Museum, the
Mhm.
SASM.
Uh, there's a bunch of fun museum jokes in there, like the history of presentations of the history of things.
Yeah, that's I really like that. I thought that was very funny.
Hmm. And apparently, Agnes Skinner used to be a dancer in silent movies,
Yeah, she was one of those ladies that walked on the top of biplanes. It's very funny.
and also unicycled,
Yeah,
apparently.
and I like the bit when they fly through a barn and then there's a cow stuck to the top of the plane.
Hmm.
Funny bit.
The There was also a who is the guy that actually had the giant plane commissioned in real life?
Oh, that was the aviator. Howard Hughes, right? Howard Hughes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he made the Spruce
Uh,
Goose.
yeah, that is a thing that I've seen parodied on more than one cartoon.
More than one
Because
episode of The Simpsons.
yeah, because they've done it in The Simpsons more
Yeah.
than once. I also remember it being parodied in I think it was DuckTales.
Oh, nice.
I think it was the Spruce Moose,
Oh, I thought that was from The Simpsons, but
or
it
was
could
it
be for
Simpsons
both.
one? It could be both.
Yeah. 'Cause there was an episode in which Mr. Burns basically became Howard Hughes and became a crazy hermit where he was saving his toenail clippings and things and was talking about his Spruce Moose. Yeah, he made up a Spruce Moose airplane. I don't know. As far as was it DuckTales or was it Tailspin?
I don't recall.
It's hard to remember which one was which. Yeah, Spruce Moose. Yeah, Spruce Moose on the Tailspin
Mhm.
movie. There you go. Bring up a picture of that to share with the world.
Oh yeah, it was Tailspin.
Nice. Yeah, I figure if it's airplane related, you have a higher chance of it being the Tailspin. But there's still so much overlap. You can't tell which one's which.
Yeah, I mean Launchpad exists, so
Yeah. Yeah, Tailspin was a good show.
hmm have you
Okay.
watched the new DuckTales, by the way?
No, I've heard good things.
It is good. It took me a while to get used to Huey, Dewey, and Louie all having different voices, but
Mm,
once I got used to that, I enjoyed the show a lot.
right. Yeah. That makes sense. They should be more distinct characters because I don't think I know anything about their. It's not like the Alvin and the Chipmunks where they each all have different characteristics. I think Huey, Dewey, and Louie are basically all the same, just different colored shirts.
They were before.
Originally, right?
Now that they have different voice actors, they've each been given personalities,
That's
and
a
I
good.
still don't know which one is which.
Oh, that's a good question. I just want to say Huey because his name is first. And he's the red one because I think that's how that works. But that's all I know. That's just logicking it. I have no memory of that being the truth.
Hmm. But yeah, so at the end of the SASM,
Yes.
uh, once people have been what was the phrasing that he used? Uh,
Oh, really
every
good.
th- that's what
He
I
does
should
call
have.
them wage donkeys, which was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, I do remember that, but this was something I probably should have.
Yeah.
I should have freaky act. Yeah, let me see if I can just bring it up real quick
Yeah.
on.
Bring up the old reach out. Is everybody happy and content? Yeah, this is great. Da, da, da. And he says, I would die for you. He says, is your sense of outrage dulled?
Yes, that's what it was, and that's when he announces that people are not going to be able to get their prescription medicine anymore,
Yeah.
which uh seems like not that big a deal until apparently the power plant being the main economic driver
Right.
in Springfield, it has a knock-on effect of every other private business deciding that they no longer needed to provide prescription medicine coverage,
Right. So with the
and
Presley,
also the public sector jobs also,
yeah,
because even Chief
Chief
Wiggum
Wiggum,
had
yeah,
to just feed confiscated drugs to Ralph.
who is now he's cuckoo for contraband. It's
Hmm.
kind of funny. And then even in the retirement home, they had to cut their prescription drug coverage for some reason. Even though I would assume, being full of retired people, that they would be all on Medicare. I don't know how that stuff works though, so who knows? Yeah, even the old people could get their drugs.
Yeah, like you would assume that they would be,
Right.
but I don't think the actual like economic realities of what the pharmaceutical industry has done to this country, along with insurance.
Right.
I don't think that that's actually the target of this episode.
Oh, really?
I believe that the intended target of this episode is Canada.
That's a big part of it. But I
The
think they go
intended
pretty
joke
hard
target.
on the satirical takedown of the pharmaceutical company and the insurance stuff. And they do a lot of that stuff in this one. I think they were pretty hard on some of it. But then they also go hard on the Canadians and also on Apu.
Hmm.
It's
Did,
like,
did did they really go that hard on pharmaceutical companies?
I feel like they did. Like they said, when they with the retirement community thing, they were like, oh yeah, so we can't get you pills anymore, and since nobody cares about you, we're just gonna make you go cold turkey, just saying straight up. Nobody cares about you. They go to a pharmaceutical company, right? Marge and Lisa
Hmm.
sneak past the security and get in there, and the guy's like, hey, you know what? I don't like that people pay too much for drugs. I mean, not exactly the right amount. I mean, not enough. Now watch this video, which that video with the Huey Lewis in the news. I want a new drug.
No, okay.
That music video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot about that
I
part.
don't like that. Like, it was fun up until that point, and I was like, okay, what's the joke here? Other than, I guess it's random to have that in there, and he's singing
Hmm.
a song about drugs. I feel like this is this is mid 2000s. This 2005, January 16th, 2005. I had just turned 30. 30? No,
No, I don't think
20.
you were 30, and
I just turned 20 years old.
yeah, it's like if you were 30 in 2005, I think you're older than me. So when did you decide to stop aging?
Yeah, I told you just got to do it so that the Simpsons can catch up.
Hmm.
So I did that. But yeah, I don't know. I just knew it ended in a 5, so I just had to figure out it. Too much math. But yeah, I just turned 20. This is a week after my 20th birthday. But yeah, this is like, I think this is when we're starting to see a lot of the Family Guy kind of humor bleeding into the Simpsons. I feel like that's something you would see in a Family Guy episode. But we'll have Huey Lewis and Lewis come in and just sing one of their songs.
Yeah,
And
that was
yeah.
just an incredibly random thing.
Yeah.
There were a number of songs in this episode.
Yeah, while you're looking at another thing that happened in the pharmaceutical office is when he shows in the video, right? When at first he goes, in other countries, they don't have to pay for drugs, but also they sleep on the floor and eat bugs. And he goes, why do they do that? And he goes, have you ever been to Norway? She goes, no. Well, then let's say they do it in Norway. It's that. And then at the beginning of the video, they showed the Amazon rainforest and how
Hmm.
the beautiful Amazon rainforest, and the natives had a word for it, but then we get rid of the natives, so we don't know what that word is.
They also had the bit with Dr. Hibbert, where
Yeah.
uh, he's, he has all kinds of branded gear,
Yeah. He's been bought out
and
by
the
the
dancing
pharmaceutical
girls.
companies.
Yeah, you're right. They did go
Yeah.
harder on it than I was thinking about, but that they actually used "Baby Got Back" for that.
Yeah.
It's just like that already right there is like 2 more real music songs than you
Yeah.
expect to hear in The Simpsons any given episode.
Oh, yeah. And once again, that song didn't really add anything to the scene, really, other than it's the dancers dancing with the drugs, okay, but the song itself has nothing to do with the joke.
Yeah,
there.
it would have been very easy for them to have just put like random hip hop beat.
Yeah, or have somebody do a parody rap song about drugs.
Mhm.
Put in there. Yeah, so it's because like we'll see it later on too. Where like they could have written some good jokes to put in this thing, but instead they did nothing. And we see that later on when Flanders meets Canadian Flanders, and he goes, "Oh, I like the cut of your gibberish. That's funny. That's a funny
Mhm.
joke." But then they just gibberish. They just hiddly doodly at each other for a minute. It's like they could have like written an actual interaction with them and using their Flanders language, but they didn't. They just said, "Ah, we'll just make them do Flanders noises at each other."
Mhm.
It's like, that could have been a really funny bit, really funny, memorable bit, but no.
I think Flanders noises is already funny, but having a conversation would have been much funnier.
Yeah, but also a lot harder. So
Yeah.
they just didn't do it.
I do wish that the subtitles just said Flanders noises or
That's what it
Flander
is.
noises.
Yeah, I'd have been out with that. Yeah.
Because that definitely would have been Frinkiac worthy.
Yeah. So Homer and Abe Simpson decide they're gonna go to the border, and they're gonna cross the border, and they're gonna bring back drugs just for all the people who need their precious pills for no money. This is not a get rich quick scheme or anything. It's just out of the kindness of their hearts, and they go to Canada, not to Mexico, like Homer thought. They have Abe's got a hookup with an old Canadian veteran at their version of the VFW, the Veterans of Foreign Wars. In Canada, it's the Veterans of One War. No one war. But then, as thank you for helping them get their Canadian drug cards or whatever, yeah, Grandpa Simpson gives his Canadian friend a DVD player. It's like, what is this thing? Where do you put the syrup? That was a funny joke. I like that. But yeah.
2005 was definitely DVD player time too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because one thing that I really enjoy pointing out when people think about Fast and the Furious now, they think of like, oh yeah, the cars are going to drive to space soon. Like they fought a tank, they fought a submarine. Like
Right.
it's so crazy what they do. The first movie, they used the cars to steal DVD
That's
players.
true. Yeah, for quite the profit. It's worth it.
Mhm.
Worth
And
it
that
having
was
a giant international
that was
crime
in like
ring.
2001, I want to say 2002.
I think so. Yeah, because I had to still been in high school when that happened. Yeah, for early 2000s.
2001 was the first one.
Yeah, because I didn't have a DVD player before I got our PlayStation 2. That was our first DVD player, and now my PlayStation 4 is my DVD player.
The first DVD player I had was actually a laptop that I bought used off of a guy that worked in the same hotel that I did.
All right.
And I was just like, oh man, I have a DVD player now. I can buy DVDs and watch them. And the first DVDs that I ever owned was American History X and Army of Darkness, and then porn.
Nice. Yeah, because I mean,
Those are the first three purchases that I ever made for the DVD player.
That's the way to do it. When you had to purchase porn purchase hard copy porn with money, cash money.
I still think that paying for pornography is an ethical thing to do.
Yeah, you should definitely.
But that's what I like about OnlyFans. It's like ethically sourced porn.
Yeah, and it's straight from the source. You can cut out the middleman.
Mm-hmm. Ethically sourced, cruelty-free pornography.
Everybody is totally consenting and into whatever it is they're doing.
I don't know whether or not the models are free range or not.
Right.
But it's up to them whether or not they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the future of ethical pornography. But speaking of ethics, I don't know. Do you know, Chad, when when Abe Simpson, he goes back to the retirement home with all his pills, and he's giving out the pills to everybody. And then this group of Latinx old men come up with souvenir jackets to give him an Operation Dumbo Drop jacket. Do you know who those guys are? I do.
I have no idea.
I don't know if you've seen that episode. Yeah, they're a group of guys who, yeah, that's like their whole thing is they collect. They're like the cool guys at the retirement home, and like part of their cool thing is they have all these like Planet Hollywood jackets and stuff. So it's interesting to see that they made a cup. You see them again.
Mhm.
I wonder where they came from originally. I don't remember then. I remember the episode. I don't remember what season it was from. That was when Grandpa Simpson got a girlfriend because he was the only guy at the retirement home who still had his driver's license, so he was able to drive. So it's kind of the high school thing of like, hey, this guy's got a car, so now he's got a girlfriend, but it's because he was in the retirement home. Yeah, I don't know who those guys are, but we'll see that. We'll see that episode eventually.
Mhm.
I don't know what it's called. And then yeah, Homer, he goes home and his family's throwing him a luau for some reason. I think just to make a single joke.
It's because they enjoy the drugs so much.
Yeah, Lisa's on Xanax and Bart's on something. They're all popping pills and they're happy and it's like a good thing. And that's all they have to say about that. But yeah, this is my Frankie act for this episode. That's when Homer says, "Oh, this is just like Hawaii, but you don't get beaten up if you leave the hotel."
Which is a good joke.
Yeah, good joke. Good joke. Not true, but a good joke. But you know, you can walk around Waikiki. Yeah, actually, people get stabbed in Waikiki. Someone got attacked with a samurai sword in Waikiki just a few months ago. But also, stop saying Hawaii.
It wasn't a tourist though. It was a guy that worked at 7-Eleven.
Ah.
Or no, the guy who worked at 7-Eleven had the sword, I think.
Oh, that was his self-defense weapon under the counter.
I guess.
Yes.
7-Eleven employees are not supposed to have any kind of weaponry.
Yeah. But I mean, if that's what if you work in the kind of 7-Eleven where you need it, go for it, I guess. I mean, yeah, don't put your life on the line to save 7-Eleven a couple $100 out of the register. But if you had to defend your life, go for that samurai sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7-Eleven was the first job I ever had where they're just like, oh, we're going to give you some life insurance.
Oh, no.
It's like, that's a bad sign.
I need to get life insurance.
Now, the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to be, man.
Yeah. So I need to do that because I've been married for like 4 years now, and I need to do that just in case, God forbid, something happens. I need to be prepared. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Do it while you're younger and still in good health.
Yeah.
Because the worse health you're in also makes it more difficult.
Yeah. I need to do it after I do my 1 year of juice cleanses or something. When I'm at the healthiest point in my life, then I'll go do it and get a physical. And I'm like, oh, this guy's so healthy.
Yeah.
We'll waive the.
It's going to be $1.
We'll pay you.
How long ago did you and Carolyn get married?
It was 4 years in November. So yeah,
okay.
4 years.
So you've been filing as married for a while then.
Yeah. For our taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to do our taxes too. Have you done your taxes yet? Everybody do your taxes.
I have not, but I should do them soon. My taxes are not complicated at all.
Yeah. We need to own a bunch of stuff, like property and things. That's easy.
Yeah. It's like, I'm pretty broke, so it's easy.
Yeah. You just do it online with the H&R Block or whatever.
Yeah, I usually do the TurboTax thing.
Yeah.
I was doing H&R Block for a while because I didn't pay taxes for the first 8 years as an adult that I was working. Because I didn't really understand how they worked.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, well, I'm just going to they already took my money. Why do I have to file?
Right. Yeah.
And it turns out that in order to get financial aid to go back to school, you do have to file.
Oh, no. That's how they get you.
So I had to figure out 8 years worth of back taxes.
Me.
Luckily, I never made good money in the entire 8 years.
Right.
So I didn't know anything. It was just sort of a wash.
Oh, okay. That's
Like it's like, oh, the government would only have penalized you if you actually made good money.
right. Yeah, if you owed
But
them money.
you were so poor that they're just like whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So I literally paid just that year and the previous year's taxes,
Nice.
and that was it.
All right. The other 6 years didn't count. They're like, you don't make enough money for us to want to take any
Yeah,
more of it, I guess.
yeah. The
We
other
already took
six
all we
years is
wanted.
like you would have had a pretty good refund,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
you know, too bad. You're far too late now.
Oh, that's how that works. With the refunds, there's a time limit, but with
Mhm.
the paying of the taxes, there's extra
Uh,
fees if you don't
yeah,
do it in time.
there's no forgiveness date for that. If you owe them enough that they want to come after you, they're going to come after you for all of it.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of people going after, uh, so after bringing Flanders and Apu to Canada,
Right.
they end up getting busted.
Yeah, but in the van, there's a whole it was weird squabbling between Flanders and Apu about religious stuff that is very weird and cringy to watch.
Hmm.
Where Flanders is like, "Oh, you're worshiping a false god," and Apu's like, "No, I worship like a super team of gods." It's a very weird way to describe it.
Hmm.
And of course, it's all Hank Azaria doing the Apu voice the whole time. So not a good look for Apu in this episode. He doesn't get to do much more
Not
than very
really.
silly stuff. A lot of really silly stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, all that stuff in the van could have got cut. And that would have been pretty good if they had done that. But yeah, they get arrested at the border. What's up?
The two guys who come to speak to them when they're in the Canadian jail, that was a funny bit.
That
Though.
was very funny.
They have a guy speaking English and a guy speaking French.
Right. That is the law in France. It's a bilingual country, right? So everything, all of their legal documents and everything, they're in English and in French.
And then
All the street signs, yeah.
at the end of the speech that he has to give, the guy who speaks in English says, "I am a big French idiot," and the translator starts repeating that in French, and he's like,
Right.
"Hey."
Yeah, with no accent. Just it's regular English. Of course, one of the right when they're getting arrested, they show them on the news. We see that Homer, not that one, Homer he's doing the perp walk, and he's like, "Oh, my butt always looks so big in the perp walk." But also,
They refer to him as a former astronaut.
yeah, which is very funny because it's true.
Hmm.
Former astronaut Homer Simpson. Like that, the Mounties are all dressed like Mounties. Oh yeah, and let's see. Yeah, so then big French idiot, very funny. They go back they make it back to America, and they find out that Mr. Burns is being affected by his own decision to get rid of everyone's prescription drugs because Smithers, his thyroid starts swelling real bad, and so Burns has to take his plane. He commandeers not the Spruce Goose, the Plywood Pelican, yes. He's going to fly them over the border. Because Homer gets the idea for an airplane by thinking, oh, we're going to get over the border. And he imagines King Kong carrying him and Grandpa Simpson over the border while airplanes shoot at them. So that's pretty fun. There's some funny bits in this. Even though there's also unfunny bits that make it kind of a wash as an episode. But yeah. There's some good stuff. Why did I write down Polish handbook? Look at police. Anyways, yeah. So they go back and they get the drugs, put it on the plane, and they got to go back. but it's too heavy. So they have to ditch the extra weight, and Homer is sitting there eating donuts. And he's like, don't you have to ditch me? I'll lose weight. I'll lose weight. He does 2 jumping jacks and says, I'd rather die. Very funny.
That was good.
Yeah. And then Mr. Burns, he takes all 3 parachutes because one's for him and the other 2 are for his 2 nephews, and jumps out and leaves them to die.
Yeah, and Homer manages to land the plane in the middle of like Springfield Town Square, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's got to be the town where the Jebediah Springfield statue is. I don't think I saw it. That's where I imagine that's all that stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they bump into the Chief Wickham's car, and he puts them under arrest for making a police chief go, ah! That's a fun law. I don't think I've ever done that, but now I know not to. And then the rest of the Springfieldians come to their defense. And Willie goes, hey, they're Propecia or whatever, keeps grass in Willie's field, and he just rips his shirt open.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other people have other things to say, but then Sideshow Mel says, hey, with their lactose intolerance medication, I can drink this crusty brand milkshake. And he drinks it. And he goes, disgusting. Or something. Yeah.
Frank says that his glavinoids are not so hurtful.
I like when Frank says stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Chief Wiggum says, you know what? It's like it says in the Springfield Police Handbook. If you can't join them, if you can't beat them, join them, and he lets them go. And then Lou, the other policeman, says, you know, Chief, I've been reading the policeman's handbook, and a lot of the stuff you say in there isn't actually in here. And Chief Wiggum gives him the all, well, look closer, Lou. And then Lou puts his face closer to the book, and he smacks the book into his face. And that's the fun thing to do to people.
Mm-hmm. So this was obviously the better episode, right?
I don't know, because there's a lot of stuff I like in it, but then there's also a lot of like times when they're making decisions to do stuff that is like
neither of these episodes are good.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of nostalgia for the other one, but like the more I was watching it, the more I'm just like, maybe not so much.
But
wow,
it's very whereas I feel like this one has a bunch of high points and a bunch of things where it's like, why was this the decision that you made?
Yeah. But
maybe
just
the older one is better because there's nothing about that one where I feel like this is egregiously bad.
Yeah, like what they're doing in this when they do like those I'm thinking of as like Family Guy style jokes is when they're in the middle of a scene and we have to stop to do this other joke thing that's slowing everything down before we get to
Oh, it's also not wrapping a towel around Apu's head and having him yell in a way that
pretending he's a terrorist or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. We did still get it. We got a little bit of Apu in the other one, but yeah, he was doing scumbag convenience store and stuff, which is not necessarily a racial thing, although it's definitely a racial thing in the way they.
No, it is definitely a racial thing, but it's not as egregiously racist.
Yeah. But the R Simpsons Discord server, we've got landslide 5-0 for Lard of the Dance. So that's one vote from them. With my vote. So I think I might have to hand it to Lard of the Dance.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll register a protest vote for Midnight RX, but I'm not protesting very hard.
Yeah, because they are. I'm surprised by how much I liked Midnight RX, but still, it's not hitting me as hard as as Lard of the Dance. But I think Lard of the Dance, I think a lot of that is just nostalgia. I really like the stealing grease subplot, I guess. Oh. Yeah, he wanted more out of Willie. Nobody greases him up, and there's so much grease there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think based on the totality of the votes, the Art of the Dance moves on to round 259. So we'll see it again in 5 years. Oh, okay, I gotta sign into this thing.
No, I look forward to seeing what it ends up matched up with in 5 years. But for now,
I'm just gonna show everybody the thing because yeah, it's the well, it was last week's winner. So who's going to be up against Bart the Murderer?
ooh, I don't think it's going to be very well.
Yeah, I think because looking at the seeds, let me share the screen. So based on the seeds, we've got. Oops. Yeah, Bart the Murderer was number 65 out of 500. Lard of the Dance is 192. So yeah, it's 150 points ahead for Bart the Murderer. But we'll see how we're feeling in 5 years. Maybe we'll feel differently about Manhattans. Maybe we'll start becoming big old drinkers again. And say, oh, I shouldn't have closed that. Should not. Oh, you okay, Chad?
Hmm?
You okay? It's very dark where you are.
Yeah. I was just opening up some different windows.
Yeah, so I need to write up the graphics for next week here. But yeah, next week we've got The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace.
That sounds familiar.
193 versus
That's very high.
Batman and the Little Boy. Which I wonder if that
past that at one point today.
Aha. Yeah.
I don't know if that means that it's in season 10 or season 16, but I saw it today.
Mm-hmm. See, it is season 16, episode 5. Yeah, it's pretty close to this one that we just watched, the Midnight RX.
Yeah, it's like right before that, isn't it?
I think so. What was that, episode 15?
Because Midnight RX was the 6th episode, I believe.
Yeah, so yeah, this was, there you go. So they're very, very close. It's probably why, yeah, we're seeing them 2 weeks in a row. They probably had the same score when me and that one other guy scored them.
Unrated.
Yes. And then next week I'm going to have a list. We're going to start ranking and putting these in a list. Before the list gets too big, we're going to have them ranked, I think, in the order that we like. So we'll figure that out next week on a Google spreadsheet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my goal for next week. But tonight, we're going to write out on a birthday boy sketch that I was thinking about, because I forgot to mention that with the way after when they're at the SASM, the Springfield Air and Space Museum, Mr. Burns and Smithers, they get away on one of those crazy old flying contraptions that has a big old umbrella thing on top that just fucking opens and closes and opens and closes and makes boinky sounds, and they pedal real hard. That's how they fly out of there. There's a birthday boy sketch that is kind of about that. It's 5 minutes long, the video I found. We're not going to watch all of it, but we're going to write out on it. Chad, do you have anything you want to say to the internet before we say goodnight?
Come back next week.
Yeah. Wizard of Evergreen Terrace and Fat Man and Little Boy. This is going to be a whole thing. I don't think I've seen either of those episodes. Maybe if I do, I don't remember the.
I feel like Wizard of Evergreen Terrace is not a classic, but it's a well-remembered one.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it is though. But thanks for watching Lethal ADR.
Yeah. Oh, it is season 10 episode 2, so I must have seen it. But yeah. We will catch you guys next week. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Pioneers of Aviation with Wallace Hamptons.
Flight. Since the dawn of time, man has dreamed of it. And in 1903, brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright made it so. Of course, before the Wright brothers' historic success, there were many failed attempts to take to the skies. A race to fly had swept the nation.
I think it's a good spot to cut this out of. Yeah, it's one of these things.
Makeup shotgun.
Yeah.
That's the Wizard of Evergreen Terrace.
No.
That one guy fly?
So that has the makeup shotgun.
Play that back. Rewind that.
Holy shit, that guy's flying. Look at him go.
Ridiculous.
Not really. Look, play it again, but turn those sound effects off.
Then it won't be funny.
I don't want it to be funny, Angelo.
Yeah, but anybody can Google this.
This is amazing. Too bad it's such a short
Better Call
clip.
Saul.
Well,
That's
there's more
Bob
to it. I
Odenkirk
cut it
playing that
down.
guy.
Mhm.
Original footage is right here.
Man, I would give anything to hear what he said just there.
Well, let me turn the audio back on.
I'm flying! It's actually very easy! Oh, my shoe!
My God.
Okay, everybody,
This
watch
guy
The Birthday
flew
Boys, and we'll see
before
you
the
next
right
week.